This is the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. If you're a mom and want to help your child who is struggling to lose weight, you are in the right place. If you are looking for healthy lifestyle tips, Dr. Gourgari is here to help you understand the science around safe weight loss in teens and children. Because what works for adult weight loss is not always the best for children. This podcast is for educational purposes only. Dr. Gourgari does not provide medical, psychological, or nutrition therapy advice. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problems without consulting your own medical practitioner. And now, your host, Dr. Jenny Gourgari.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. This is Dr. Jenny Gourgari, and on today's episode, I want to talk about something that I see a lot of parents and teenagers have questions about. It's actually very common, and it is this darkening of the skin around the neck that is often seen in teenagers when they are in an unhealthy weight. So sometimes teenagers may think that this is dirt, or in their parents, they try to wash it, but that doesn't go away. And that is because it's not really dirt. It does look like dirt, but it has this velvet kind of texture. And it's usually around the neck, but it can also be in other places in the body. Like you can see it also under the axillary area. You can see it in the thighs. You can even see it around the stomach. But most people notice it around the neck. In medical terms, this darkening of the skin around the neck, we call it acanthosis nigricans. Now, what does it mean though? It is a sign of insulin resistance. In simple terms, it's like a red flag from your body that is producing too much insulin in order to keep your sugar normal. It's an early sign of prediabetes. And again, it doesn't mean that the child has prediabetes, but it is very likely that if nothing happens, a child that has this insulin resistance around the neck and nothing happens for many years, is very likely this child will develop prediabetes and may develop diabetes later in life. The good thing about this acanthosis nigricans is that it is reversible. If teenagers start healthy habits to get into a healthier weight, then the insulin resistance can get better. And then you see lightening of this skin around the neck, and you can actually see it completely disappear. It's still a reversible condition, and that's like the great news about it. So nothing to be scared of, but at the same time, I think it's something that when you notice that, you should take it seriously. I would recommend that you see your doctor and that they run some tests and see whether, besides insulin resistant, the child may also have pre-diabetes. So what is the difference between insulin resistance and pre-diabetes? I would say they're both part of the same metabolic derangement that has to do with glucose metabolism. But insulin resistance is the first step, is the first red flag of your body before you actually go and develop prediabetes. When you have prediabetes, that in a sense means that your sugar has already started to be a little more higher than normal, yet it's not to the level that you have diabetes. But insulin resistance is even a step before that. Your sugar is usually normal when you have insulin resistance, but that is at the expense of your body producing a lot of insulin. So insulin is the hormone that keeps your sugar normal. So in order to keep your sugars normal, when you have extra weight and when you have insulin resistance, then you have to produce way more insulin. So that's why we recommend that getting into a healthier weight will improve insulin resistance that is associated with extra weight and will decrease the risk of prediabetes and diabetes in the future. Now, what are some simple things that teenagers can do that have this darkening around the neck so that they can improve it? One simple thing, and I've talked about this many times before, one simple thing they can do is try to add a little bit of protein to every meal. And you can go and search previous episodes where I talk about how much protein teenagers need and what's the ideal breakdown of proteins and fat. I think it's episode 52. That's like a very simple technique or method that you can incorporate in your everyday life and that can improve your insulin resistance. Now, why does this happen? It happens because every time you add protein to your meal, instead of having simple carbs and no protein, that decreases the spike of insulin. So your body does not have to produce so much insulin, so much immediate surge of insulin if you add some protein compared to if you just have plain carbohydrates and plain sugar. Another thing teenagers can do is activity. Move your body, do exercise, dance, walk, play basketball, swimming. Exercise is a great way to improve insulin resistance, a great way that can improve this darkening around the skin. And the way this happens is because even if you don't lose any weight, having the same exactly weight just by exercising, that can improve your insulin resistance. Your body can absorb insulin much better just because you exercise. So I can't stress enough how important activity is. Even if you don't lose any weight, your body decreases their risk for insulin resistance with more movement. Another thing that can help with insulin resistance is sleep better, because we know that when sleep is affected, that can lead to higher insulin resistance, and that doesn't help overall with also the cravings, and it can lead to more weight gain, it can lead to more fatigue. So it's like a vicious cycle. I've talked many times before about the importance of sleep, and you can go and listen to previous episodes where I talk like how sleep can help teenagers get to a healthier weight if they just learn to sleep better. And of course, overall, the goal should be, if your weight is in an unhealthy range, you can bring the weight in healthy range. And if you have your body weight in a healthy range, that will improve the insulin resistance, because there's not so much fat tissue around your muscles, and therefore the insulin can act much better. Okay. Now I will say there is physiologic insulin resistance that happens during puberty in teenagers. That's because teenagers also produce a lot of growth hormone. They go into growth spurts, so that can create a small insulin resistance. Now, that is a different physiologic insulin resistance of puberty compared to unhealthy insulin resistance because of extra weight gain. And when you are normal weight and you have a little bit of insulin resistance because of growth hormone increase during puberty and growth spurt, you don't really see that darkening around the skin. So this darkening around the skin, it's not only like cosmetic, although I know some teenagers don't like that, the way it looks. More importantly, as I said, is a red flag that we should take it seriously and we should take action to get this better. And the first step, if you want, I have a free resource, lifestyle14s.com/recipes, that will give you some ideas of high protein meals that can be ready in less than 30 minutes for teenagers. You can go and start doing even 3 minutes of a movement every day has been shown to improve insulin resistance in children. Any kind of movement, sleep better, and talk to your doctor if you see that, so they can run more tests and see if besides the darkening there's also prediabetes. So that's all I had for you for today. I hope this was helpful, and I'll be with you again next time. Take care.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, I invite you to come check out the LIFT program. It's Dr. Gourgari's 12-week coaching program for teens and their moms, where we take all this information, we apply it to your daily life, and we work together so your teenager learns how to create a healthy lifestyle so they can feel happier, more confident, less stressed, and love their body again. Visit the website at lifestyleforteens.com and click on the Work With Me and free resources to learn more about this program and get free help to start this journey right away. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens.